Hi, my name's Kate. I'm 32. I have long haul COVID, and this video is going to be pretty short because I don't have a lot of air. So I wanted to make this video because since I've been in bed these last 6 weeks and looking online for resources and community, I just haven't quite found what I've been looking for on YouTube. So just a few disclaimers. I am not a scientist. I am not a medical professional. I am an Episcopal priest. But what my training has taught me is the importance of stories, so I wanted to share mine with you today. So on January 1st of this year, 2022, I came down with symptoms. I kind of just had a headache in the middle of the day. I laid down for a nap and I woke up with a fever, which developed into a headache, fever, cough, shortness of breath, body aches, chills, the whole gamut. That lasted about a week. My fever started to go down, and then all of a sudden it spiked back up. And at that point, my doctor said, something's not right. And they sent me to urgent care. They did chest x-rays, and they discovered that I had come down with COVID pneumonia. Not ever something that you want to hear. Thankfully, I was able to manage that COVID pneumonia and then a secondary infection at home with steroids and antibiotics. And then as time passed, the fever went down, but some of the symptoms remained. And that's when I made the transition around the end of January from COVID pneumonia to long COVID. Basically, what my doctor said is with the Omicron variant, which is what I most likely had, most people who get Omicron variant, their symptoms last about a week. If you get COVID pneumonia, your symptoms probably going to bug you for about a month. If you get long COVID, the usual trajectory is about 12 weeks, and I'm about halfway through that. And if it's longer than 12 weeks, that's when they typically send you to a long haul clinic. So here in New Hampshire, I would head up to Dartmouth-Hitchcock in Lebanon. I share all this. I have been a super healthy person. I am an Irish step dancer and a hiker. I'm very active. I never expected to get this sick from COVID. And no one else in my family did. Everyone in my family got COVID at the same time, and they basically had colds, and I had and have this. So my word of caution is be careful out there. I think with Omicron, a lot of people are saying it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's just like a cold. It can be, but it can also be a lot worse. The second thing I'd say is don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. This is a novel coronavirus. We are still learning so much. There's a lot more we know now than we knew in 2020, but don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. When my fever spiked back up after those first 7 days, if I hadn't called and said something's not right, who knows what would have happened. You have to be proactive. I know that can feel scary, and it doesn't guarantee that you'll be listened to. I recognize that I'm a person with a lot of privilege in our American healthcare system as someone who has private insurance. But as much as you can, advocate for yourself. You know yourself, you know your body, and you know when something's wrong. And then the last thing I'd say is, I'm making this video because I was looking for someone who could tell me that it was going to be okay. So I want to tell you it is going to be okay. I know this is really scary, but even as you feel alone in this, maybe you're in your bed just wondering, is this going to get better? I can't tell you when, and I can't tell you how, but you are not alone in this. There is an incredible community out there wanting to support you. For me, I found a random friend on Facebook who has had long haul COVID for the last year and a half, and to have her share her wisdom with me, to know what kind of questions to ask my doctor and to help me advocate for myself, that has made all the difference. So even if you feel alone right now, reach out to friends, reach out to families, reach out to online communities, find someone to mentor you in this, because we're all figuring this out together. It's going to be okay. So from my journey to yours, lots of love.